for your T-spine, but we'll start off with what I like to call lazy sit-ups. You'll bring it right across your shoulder blades, feet stamped into the ground. If you want, you can extend them, but I'm going to bend them. I take an inhale, I allow myself to kind of creep on back, and then exhale, engage my belly and curl forward. Inhale, I peel it back. I bring myself forward. And then eventually I'm going to peel myself back, but try to keep my ribs pulling down, so it will require more of that T-spine extension. Maybe I'll shift a little side to side. I'm still pulling the ribs down, not letting them flare, but keeping some integrity in the belly, and then maybe I'll reach my arms up and overhead. If I can, I'll relax my head. If I can grab onto my fingertips to the floor, woohoo. If you can't and you're here, that's okay. And if you want, you can work on kind of extending and bending the elbows. And maybe kind of shifting all the way over to the side and all the way over to the other side, so you can kind of go against the grain of the lats. Creep all the way up to where you feel a sticky bit, and once you're there, pause there. Meet confrontation with a little gentle nudge and see if you can't work that little sticky bit out. Have fun. All right, you're gonna bring yourself foam roller on your side, so it's like a pillow, you're just hanging out. And then from there, you're gonna bring yourself into internal rotation. In case you were wondering, adequate internal rotation should be about 45 degrees. Mind you, 90 would be that my wrist could touch. 45 is just like barely passing. Ideally, for us to have ideal range of motion through our internal rotation, we want 70 to 90 degrees, which even I am severely lacking. So I'm gonna hang out here, I'm gonna take my hand, and just put a little gentle pressure. I'm not pushing down, I'm just aiding gravity. And then from there, I'm gonna play around with a little drill. I'm gonna contract and try to pull my left hand against, or my wrist against my hand, and then exhale, let it relax. My inhale, I resist. I pull up as my right hand pushes down, and then I relax. I get a little closer to the floor every time. Inhale, I press up. Exhale, release as I bring it down. One thing to be mindful of is that I don't want this shoulder popping up, so try to keep the shoulder down and find internal rotation with a proper shoulder position, which should be back and down. About 8 to 10 reps here, and then just kind of hang out and enjoy it. If you want better internal rotation, you're going to have to hang out in it more and let it stick. Easier said than done though, because it's a rough one. Have some fun. You lie back down onto your back with your heels in close to your butt. You're going to pull your shoulders down and you're going to press your forearms into the floor and then lift your hips. From there, you're going to try to grab on for opposite elbows, and I'm going to hang out feeling more shoulder blade pulling back. From there, I'm going to drop my hips as low as they can go while keeping my scapula flush to the ground, trying not to let my shoulders dip forward but keeping them down. From there, I lift up, and don't worry, you might not be able to drop as low. You might have to go kind of right in through here. The idea is that we feel this kind of pull in through the front of the anterior delt, and then relax. About 5 on each side, meaning once you're done with 5, then switch which hand is on top, and then do 5 more. All right, you are grabbing on to a PVC pipe. You are also grabbing on to a knot out. You'll try to find a surface that's upright, like a bar table. I do this at a bar. Or line up 2 boxes or something. You can also do it with a barbell and tape a ball to the barbell. So you'll find that teres minor, teres major, a crowd favorite, a frequent flying in terms of your mobility. And just start off kind of externally rotating it like this. Leaning back into it, maybe getting into the tricep a little, trying to find that insertion point. Just spend some time as you normally would, and then we're going to try to see if we can't position this a little bit more. So I'm going to find this kind of front rack position, like this, and I'm going to bring the PVC pipe up, and as I crank myself into more external rotation, I'm going to see if I can't kind of dig in through there. So as I pull up with the PVC pipe, my hand is pulling back into more external rotation. That is lighting up the back of my armpit. I hang out, maybe if I dip down into it, maybe I pull across my body, so I want the elbow to be more across as opposed to flared out to the side. And then ease yourself on out of there. Maybe about 90 seconds or so, just trying to dig deep, and then you'll find internal rotation on that side. So the left hand grabs on above you, I take my right arm, I corkscrew it back so it is now in extension, and then I think about that same kind of thing we were doing yesterday, where you kind of rolled it back this way, hand to the small of your back, and now the PVC pipe is there to kind of brace you. I'm in this position so my heel, the heel of my hand can press down. And when I do that, it's like I have a rubber band being pulled in that down direction. And then I use the PVC pipe to kind of pull, oh my gosh, the shoulder down here. I did a boatload of ring dips this week, so I'm feeling it. I bring it far back into extension as I can, and you'll notice the hand will kind of come off. But when it does touch the small of the back, you can find that little elbow forearm stretch. And then you'll pull it away, maybe corkscrew it around and around. After you've done that, switch it on up to the other side. All right. Next, you will use your PVC pipe / hockey stick, and you will find yourself in this position with your palms facing you. You're going to try to corkscrew and do this a few times and just kind of feel what the activation requirements are. And then once you feel like you have them pretty activated, then you're going to see if you can't shimmy, 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 shimmy your elbows in as close as you can possibly manage. From there, I'm going to think about my hand actually pulling away. And it's going to try to get into that corner of the elbow, and I'm not quite sure if actually you're going to be able to handle it. So think about a false grip. So there's a kind of stretch going along the extensor muscles of the forearm. So as you pull away, your elbow might be able to handle it more. If it feels fine, you can pull away as you let your head drop heavy. You'll notice that my elbow is just kind of flared away. Seriously, she doesn't stop. And so I'll try to recommit to those elbows drawing in close. And then as I extend the arms forward, I let the head drop all the way back. If it feels like there's a catch, then maybe you'll just pause on one side and then take it on the other side and kind of use this and kind of take the PVC pipe and use it to create a little bit more external rotation through that shoulder. And then notice that, okay, I'm here, I'm upright. And then as I push over, my tendency is to kind of want to lean with it. So maybe you might end up keeping yourself square, lean over, and try not to move at all. Keep your chest up, maybe sink down a little bit. I'm in a child's pose. If you can't see me, I'm just sinking my butt on top of my heels, and then maybe I lean over. Oh, I leaned. Okay, I'm going to see if I can't lean away. And then you'll just try that out on one side and try it out on the other. It's just stupid.